Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 3 on season 2. We are back. I'm Cooper Kelsey.
And I'm Caden Van Baggen.
This week, we're diving into 3 big implicating games from this weekend.
Absolutely.
As well as some NFL parity coming around, and we got another top 10 for you. Let's dive into that intro. All right. Biggest one of the week.
Absolutely.
Penn State, UCLA, 2 consecutive losses for James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
James Franklin is not known for losing the games that he should win.
Yeah. We say James Franklin can't win big games, but James Franklin can win this small game. And honestly, like, you and I have both been big Drew Eller, like, not haters, but we're not high on Drew Eller, but honestly,
it's not.
Drew Eller played such a good game. 200 passing yards, only missed 5 of his passes, threw for 2 touchdowns, was the leading rusher for this game. Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, they had UCLA had an answer for them. They were able to do nothing. They both had 89 yards combined. 89 yards combined off of 19 carries, both of them. Kaytron Allen went for 8 for 50. Nick Singleton went 11 for 39. So, like, it's just crazy that this UCLA defense was able to do that. And you can't put this blame on Drew Eller at all during this game. Yep. As much as, like, we don't think Drew Eller is a top 5 quarterback in the nation, top 10 quarterback in the nation, you can't blame him at all for this game. He played super, super well. Yeah,
and by no means, though, kind of referring to what Joel Klatt was talking about on his podcast yesterday, he was by no means perfect, though.
No, not at all.
But this is not the Drew Aller that we've seen in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This was a much more composed Drew Aller that you could see the fight in him to want to win this game.
Yeah, it was 27-7 at halftime. Absolutely, like, abysmal half from that Penn State offense. And honestly from the Penn State defense too. Letting Nico Maliave have 5 total touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, completing 17 of his 24 passing attempts. But, like, we've also talked about Nico Maliava before, and him at Tennessee wasn't the best. Like,
no,
and we saw that when he went to UCLA, Tennessee wasn't the problem. It was Nico Maliava.
It was,
but Nico under that new head coach, the new interim OC, who was also a quarterback at LSU, so, like, he knows
UCLA.
what it's like. Oh, yeah, UCLA. That's what I meant. UCLA. Like, Nico played a phenomenal game. Like, he looked like the 5-star Nico that we saw coming into college.
Absolutely, and I think just the parity between this, like. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but the interim OC for UCLA was in a similar situation as a backup in 2017.
Jerry Neuheisel. And he was the backup for UCLA and came in and won a game at AT&T Stadium against Texas. Like, and then he's getting carried off the field both times
on their shoulders. Like, his guys got him, bro. Like,
absolutely.
That's the kind of stuff you need to see from a team that's struggling like UCLA. By no means is UCLA going to make it to bowl season. I don't think that's possible.
I don't think they win another game. I was looking at their schedule. I mean, they might win, like, another game against never mind. No. The only game I see them winning is Michigan State. Yeah. They're losing to Maryland, losing to Indiana, losing to Nebraska. Ohio State's going to, like, beat the crap out of them. Washington, and then USC is going to beat them.
I hate doing this to teams that my family roots for, but I see a way where Nebraska manages to lose that game.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way that it's been the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And even going further into the Scott Frost era, like, UCLA is going to be motivated now that they know that they can do something.
Absolutely.
Like, they dropped a 42 piece?
42 piece.
42 piece on the Penn State defense was known as a top 10 team.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit more added motivation into that where UCLA could pick up a couple extra wins.
Absolutely.
Next up on the list, FSU Miami. College Game Day did not go here. They went to Bama Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
But FSU Miami was a great game. This is the Carson Beck coming out and showing why he transferred.
Yeah. And I even was talking about this today in one of my classes with some of my friends. Like, I never, again, these are all quarterbacks I was not super high on. Carson Beck is one of them. I wasn't super high on Carson Beck, but this is the game where I'm like, okay, he's legit. He is legit. He is going to lead this Miami team. Do I think Miami is the number 2 team in the nation, should be above Oregon? No, not at all. But I think this Miami team is super good, and they're obviously going to be the ACC championship because I don't see any other team.
There's no one. Georgia Tech. is a dark horse in the ACC.
Haynes King is a dog. He could lead that Georgia Tech team into battle against Miami. But
this Miami team is ready.
Yeah, Carson Beck, 241 passing yards off 20 completions for 4 touchdowns, and he was just dropping them in the bucket. Just throwing complete dimes down the field. And the Florida State defense had nothing to do against it.
No, I mean, FSU played up a good game. They outgained Miami by about 70 yards. The big key was 3 turnovers. 2 picks from Tommy Castellanos probably is the determining factor of the game. Like, FSU scored 19 in the fourth quarter. They charged.
I was watching
back.
that game, and I was like, it's over, right? What was it? It was
28-3.
And I'm like, dude, how are they like? They're clawing back, and they're playing. Castellanos is a dog, though. I will say those 2 picks. Without those 2 picks, I think Florida State wins the game. Castellanos is one of the best quarterbacks in the nation right now. Not like a top 5 quarterback, but he is a really good quarterback. Yeah. And the way he's able to, he's an improviser. Throw the ball on the run, make those plays that's needed to make to get those first. It's like it was first down, second down, third down, nothing happened, and then there'd be like a 4th down play, and he just like does some Houdini stuff in the pocket, and then just gets a first down. That happened like 3 or 4 times in that game.
Malachi Toney had 7 catches for 107 and 2 touchdowns. I want to say he is related to Kadarius Toney. I know that on some level, but he had an absolute heck of a game. Tommy Castellanos led the team in rushing, 16 carries for 57 yards. I think, again, Florida State's not the same level as Penn State as far as rushing game goes, but you still don't want your quarterback to be your leading rusher.
It's hard to win a game when your quarterback's your leading rusher because you can't rely on the run game. He's relying on the scramble game, not the run game.
Absolutely not. All right, last one. This game was huge for the parity and the state of the SEC.
Yeah.
Florida, Texas. Florida goes into this game 1-3. Texas is 3-1, 9th in the AP poll, and was this a doozy? I mean, Billy Napier just bought himself some more time.
He did, absolutely. And I think his defense bought himself some more time. His defense played absolutely phenomenal against that. And we were talking about it. I don't know if we said on the podcast last week because we didn't really do a preview last week, but we were talking about like the people, the way that one team's going to win this game is the defense. And the Texas defense, Texas front seven was absolutely owned by that Florida O-line. They weren't able to. Anthony Hill Jr. and I can't think of the other linebacker's name. Last name is it Cody Simon?
I think it is Cody Simon.
Is he on the Buckeyes? It's one of the other linebackers, but like they're absolute leaders on that field. They know what they're doing, but just the D-line wasn't able to stop this Florida Gators offense, and the Florida Gators defense was able to stop Arch Manning. Can we talk about Arch Manning?
But I'm gonna kind of be defensive here. If his name was not Manning, there would not be so much pressure on this Texas team.
Yes.
But still, 16 for 29, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 263 yards. I mean, mediocre game, 2 big picks.
If you look at these stats, you're like, he had a good game. But like, if you actually watch the game, you saw the pass that he missed that should have been completed. And what I will say, he has great arm talent. The Manning blood is in him.
Great.
He has amazing arm talent, but he just long arms the ball too much. He throws the ball way over the player's heads. He had that massive deep ball to Ryan Wingo in the end zone. Beautiful ball. But it looks like he just throws missiles after missile after missile, and he just needs to learn to use touch or like lob.
Yeah. DJ Lagway had a great game. 20 incompletions, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Again, everyone's going to make mistakes at some point. Lagway had 5 picks in the game against LSU, but this one pick, mistakes are going to be made. It's bound to happen. But I really like how he's coming along. Florida is still being resilient, and their schedule's still a gauntlet.
It is.
Like, there's not a lot of winnable games here, but they're being resilient and giving themselves a chance to do good. Again, addressing the state of the SEC, you need your good teams to beat your bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Florida beating Texas, as good as it is for Florida, it's not good for the state of the SEC.
But not even the state of the SEC. I think just the state of college football. Because this is the exact same thing as UCLA, Penn State. It's getting to a point where, like, small schools, like, not small schools, but schools not in, like, the elite of the elites. Like, Georgia, Bama, Texas. Or not even just Part 4, but, like, Georgia, Bama, Texas, Ohio State, Oregon.
Those consistent top 10
teams. Lower teams are getting better recruits.
Yeah.
Like, Nico Malieva going to UCLA. DJ Lagway going to Florida. You know what I mean? Devin Dampier going to Utah. All those, like, high star players going to these smaller schools to make a name for themselves. And Like I like it saying on football, anyone can lose on any given Sunday. I think now it's getting to a point where anyone can lose on any given Saturday.
Right. And kind of hitting on that fact, we have teams. Virginia is in the top 25 this week. Illinois is in the top 20.
Yep.
Memphis is sitting at 6-0.
South Florida's here.
First eligible
Absolutely.
bowl eligible team. Again, USF is back in the top 25. Their only loss being to the number 2 team in Miami.
Georgia Tech's top 15, Missouri's top 15, both 5-0.
There's a lot of parity here that is good. This is good for the state of college football.
Absolutely.
This is what we were asking for pre-NIL.
Mm-hmm.
And NIL kind of, we went through a breeze, but we're getting what we want now.
I think NIL has finally hit the point where like it's helping the teams to bring these players to these spots.
Yeah. North Texas and Memphis this weekend is going to be, or USF, not Memphis.
Yep.
North Texas, Memphis is going to be a game for the ages for the mid-majors. South Florida's 4-1. North Texas is 5-0. It's going to be a great game. So if you guys have access and the ability to watch that, I would definitely tune in.
ESPN2. It's on ESPN2.
Perfect. Now, diving into our top 10 this week. Mine has drastic changes, sort of. Again, I had Penn State still in my top 10. Did you have yours? I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
But
no, I did. I have them like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay, but I think both of our top 3s are going to be unchanged completely.
I think my top 3 is going to be unchanged.
Okay. So, I'm going to go 10-1. At number 10 I got Georgia. It's looking at those teams 10 through 12 in the AP poll, it's like there's nothing more that we need to look at. Like Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, 3 SEC teams. LSU, Garrett Nussmeier is a big question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee is coming along. I could see valid reason that they could be at 10, but I think Georgia's still showing why they've ruled the SEC for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And their FPI is, again, I don't know why I look at this, to be honest. They're 12th. But that's where I got Georgia. I got Indiana at 9. Again, very impressed by Curt Cignetti. I think this weekend is going to tell a lot. I'm not saying that Oregon's going to crap the bed on Indiana or the same vice versa, but I think this is a storytelling weekend for Curt Cignetti, and if this team is truly legit and if Oregon is legit.
Absolutely.
I don't think Indiana drops outside the top 25 if they lose.
No.
It's just Indiana has been a very good team, and I still am very impressed with their resume that they have.
Yeah.
They have the 8th best resume behind a lot of these other schools inside the top 25, but their efficiencies are 4th best in the country. Like, there's a lot of good things to like about Curt Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers. Fernando Mendoza is a dog, bro. Fernando Mendoza's I want to say he's top 5 now in Heisman odds.
Yeah, he's like 3 or 4. I think he's good, but Oregon's played against him when he was at Cal. Oregon has his number. I think he's a good quarterback, but again, I think Oregon's going to be able to stop him.
At my 8, I got Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech keeps building. They keep building. They've got that oil money now. Like, things are just trending in the right direction. Even without their starting quarterback, everything is moving in the right direction. They've got a huge game. Where are they going this week? Texas Tech.
Kansas.
Okay.
Texas Tech goes to Kansas. Yep.
And then next week, we got a huge game day possibility within Texas Tech and ASU. I think these are going to be 2 great defining. Again, I think Texas Tech rolls over Kansas. Kansas is not much to look for. But that ASU game is going to be another big Big 12 determining one. But the efficiencies for Texas Tech are through the roof. They've got the number 1 efficiency. They've got the best resume, according to FPI, or 7th best resume. I think they've got one of the better resumes.
Yeah.
But they've just been playing on an elite level. Number 7 for me is Bama. I was thoroughly impressed with the way that Ty Simpson handled this game, and he is becoming a true pocket passer at Bama like we're used to seeing. None of this Jalen Milroe kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that that's just not Alabama football, but Ty Simpson played extremely well on Saturday against Vandy, held his composure, was able to lead drives that were Alabama-esque. Again, they have a little bit of a cakewalk of a schedule for the rest of the year. The only you have, actually, I take that back. They've got Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, and then they finish with Auburn. But I still think they've got a legit shot to. They're a heavy favorite in the SEC still.
Yeah.
The SEC is just wild right now. 6 for me. I got Oklahoma. Absolutely beat down Kent State as it should have been. 44-0. Kent State's one of the worst teams. I don't think there's much more to be said there. Red River rivalry this weekend. No John Mateer.
He's not back yet.
He is not back yet. But Arch Manning's not playing great, and I still think Oklahoma handles Texas Tech or Texas.
Yep.
5, I got Ole Miss. I think they were on a bye this week. Not much changing there. Going back to a lot of what I said last week. The offense is looking good. The defense is even better. Lane Kiffin's finally got something brewing. 4, A&M. Again, I've seen what I need to see to not move them. Texas A&M was on a bye, but everything is trending in the right direction for these powerhouse programs. And then 3, 2, and 1 are the exact same. Miami, Oregon, Ohio State.
Absolutely.
Nothing really needs to be said. Those are the 3 best teams in college football right now. Miami, I think, is definitely going to have a chance to move up. As much as I don't want to say it, after this week, I will be more determined to move them up. But for now, or until Ohio State loses, Miami's going to stay at 3.
Yep. Thank you, Coop, for talking about your top 10. Honestly, I think our top 10 is going to be very similar. It's just hard to put certain teams above other teams and what they've played. But yeah, I think my number 10 is going to be Georgia. I think that they've played good football. They had a good bounce back win against Kentucky. Absolutely throttled Kentucky. Yeah. And I just think that Gunnar Stockton just needs to show more for me to put them higher. Kirby Smart obviously will get stuff done. He's Kirby Smart. He knows what he's doing in the SEC. I don't see SEC as I don't see them as an SEC powerhouse anymore. But yeah, I do see Georgia in my 10th spot. Hopefully they'll be able to get it done when they play Ole Miss in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In my number 9, I'm gonna put Alabama in my 9. I'm gonna put Alabama in my 9. Also, I think it's just hard putting Bama above that Texas Tech team. I think the Texas Tech team is really good. Bama, not saying they didn't play well, but it was 30-14 against Vanderbilt. But in the beginning, it was a little bit of a rough game from Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's now hitting the road running now. He's playing great football, and if he can continue to do this, I see them as one of the SEC frontrunners, behind Ole Miss or Texas A&M. Speaking about the 8th spot, I'm gonna put Indiana in the 8th spot.
That's
Indiana
fair.
in the 8th spot. I think they have a big test this week against Oregon. Yep, they throttled Illinois 63-10, but Illinois was overrated. They should not have been ranked at 9. That made their win so much bigger. Obviously, it was a big win, but so much bigger than it needed to be. Beat Iowa but you would expect to score more against Iowa.
But also, Iowa is where top 10 teams go to die.
That is true.
So
that is true, but there is where top 10 teams go to die. But I just think Indiana should have shown more. They honestly got an easy schedule once they finish out playing against Oregon. But we'll see how they play with Fernando Mendoza playing in that Oregon game this week at 12:30. And then what am I at? 7 spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Texas Tech 7 spot. I think they're playing great right now. They're just playing absolutely phenomenal football. They're running the Big 12. I think that they're the Big 12 winners. I don't think Iowa State can keep up with how they're playing right now. Throttled that Utah team with that amazing defense in Utah. Beat Houston very handily. Like you said, they're going to beat Kansas, but we'll see how they play against ASU in Tempe against that Sam Leavitt offense and Jordan Tyson offense. But yeah, and then I think 6th spot Oklahoma.
Yep.
I honestly wanted to put them lower because without John Mateer, we'll see how they play. I think based off of this game in Red River, it'll kind of
be defining.
We'll see how they play without John Mateer. But I think Oklahoma at 6 right now. They're playing good. Like you said, they beat Kent State pretty handily without John Mateer, so that's a good confidence game for that quarterback.
Yeah.
And then in my 5 spot, I'm gonna go Ole Miss in my 5 spot. Ole Miss my 5 spot. I think they're playing really well. Trinidad Chambliss, they had a bye week. Trinidad Chambliss is playing super well after that stellar win against LSU and during that cinema week of football.
Oh my God, that was so good.
I think if he continue to play this well, they got Georgia and then they got Oklahoma and then Dante Cakewalk after that. So we'll see how they can play in the rest of the season. But it's just like what I'm saying now. 4 spot is going to be Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M has played better football than Ole Miss at this point.
Yes,
absolutely played better football. I think Marcel Reed is a better quarterback at this point. He just can sling the ball, play super well.
Yeah,
had a good win against Notre Dame, beat Auburn, beat Mississippi State, which Mississippi State isn't a bad team, not a bad team at all. I think they played super well against
Mississippi State's got votes.
Mississippi
I did
State
not see that.
played super well against Tennessee. They took them to like
Double
down the wire in that game.
Yeah.
So I think Mississippi State's not a horrible football team. Texas A&M had their way with them. They had a super really good game. And 1 through 3 is going to be from a one spot down: Ohio State, Oregon, Miami. And honestly, interchangeable. All of them can be interchangeable. We'll see how they play this week. But I got 1 Ohio State, 2 Miami, 3 Oregon. So my top 10 goes Georgia, and then Bama. If I remember correctly, I might have messed this up. Georgia, then Bama, then Indiana, then Texas Tech, then Oklahoma, Ole Miss, A&M, Oregon, Miami, Ohio State.
Yeah, I think for me the reason I have Texas A&M over Ole Miss is because of the wins that Texas A&M has had. They've won a shootout.
Yeah.
With Notre Dame, and then they've also won a defensive slugfest against Auburn.
Yeah.
So I think those are the two things that's kind of keeping that above and beyond for those two teams. Now, we got some new topic for you. Not really, but diving into the pro side of football.
Yeah, this is here by demand of some of my friends. They wanted a little variety. So, David Young, you're welcome. We're talking about NFL for you, but I also think it's just good to talk about the pro side of football.
Yeah. The parity in the NFL is back, ladies and gentlemen. The only winless team is the New York Jets. Could have predicted that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe Flacco has officially made his carousel around the AFC North, minus the Steelers.
Yep.
He is signed with the Bengals this morning, or was traded to the Bengals this morning.
It was Joe Flacco in a 6th for a 5th-round pick, bag of chips.
It's nothing crazy, but he's now played for the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cleveland Browns. Yet to play for the Steelers. Hope that never happens.
Yep.
The Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-1. 2 AFC South teams over 500 by a good margin.
Absolutely insane. And I watched that. We had a tailgate for my church last night to watch that game. And, dude, that Chiefs game against the Jaguars was crazy. Like, they just played – like, Jaguars played great football. The defense was just super
First
good.
half was all Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then second half – bro, did you see the game winner?
I did.
T-Law stumbles his way for a touchdown.
Because one of the pastors at the church in his fantasy league, he had T-Law, and he needed T-Law to get 30 points. And if T-Law didn't fumble that football when he was like reaching over in the end zone, he would have gotten the 30 points. But for those who don't watch the game, T-Law snaps the ball, gets stepped on by his right guard, falls down, trips again, gets up, and like dives in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown.
No, that's awesome stuff right there.
Yeah, it is crazy to see like the AFC South is like the ones that are leading,
halfway relevant.
Yeah, you get the Colts and the Jaguars, who like when you talk about the AFC South, people just forget who's in that conference, or that division. Like I always forget
the NFC South.
That like the Titans and the Texans are in that conference with them. You know?
Yeah. The Buffalo Bills and Philadelphia Eagles both suffered their first losses of the season last week. The Broncos upset the Eagles. That made as Bo Nix being a former Duck, I was heavily intent on that game.
Mm-hmm.
It made me so happy. Bills lost to the Patriots. I kind of caught me off guard. I'm going to be honest.
All I'm going to say is that snow melts in May. What I will say is like Drake May's a good quarterback. Whether you like think he's a good quarterback or not, Drake May's a dog. Drake May is. I thought that last year, like when he was drafted, I was like, yeah, he's not going to be great instantly right out of like coming onto the Patriots, but like he is super good, super good. He plays really good football, and when you give him the help, they draft Will Campbell in the 4th round, draft Trayvon Henderson in the 2nd round. You know, like giving him this help that he can to like make his offense even better. I think Drake May is a phenomenal quarterback at this point.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Chargers real fast. I know they've lost 2 in a row, and the one against the Giants was abysmal. They were my survivor pick that week. I was cursing out my TV a little bit. It's okay. But the Chargers opened the year going 3-0 against the division.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely what you need to have happen if you want to gain control. Justin Herbert has looked great. While he's thrown more picks already this year than he did last year,
Yeah.
A lot of them haven't been his fault.
Mhm.
They've been tip balls. But the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh, they did lose Najee Harris to an Achilles, and Amari Hampton is now an IR.
To an ankle injury, yeah.
But
I just traded him in fantasy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's a great move. But I still think once the run, they've really been relying on the passing game anyway. It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I really like the state of the AFC West as a person who wants more different stuff in sports. It makes me so happy to see the Chiefs at 2-3, and
Yeah.
especially the Baltimore Ravens at 1-4.
Yeah, I definitely, dude. Like, what's up with the Ravens this year? Like, Lamar's hurt. Derrick Henry's having sort of an off year, but like, it's like you were saying, variety. And this NFL season is variety.
Yeah.
You got the Ravens at the bottom of their division, the Texans at almost the bottom of their division, the Chiefs at the bottom of their division, Eagles are at the top of theirs, obviously Lions at the top of theirs, but like, other than that, like the top teams that were last year are at the bottom of their division.
For sure. The Vikings being at 3-2, I think is a good spot for them. They got a convincing win against, not really convincing, but a needed win against the Browns in London. By the way, DG kind of impressed. I'm not going to lie.
He played good. I just wish he was able to throw the ball down the field more.
Yeah.
But honestly, that is how he played in Oregon, was those checkdowns with Will Stein. So call him what you want. Check down merchant, that's what he does. He's a check down merchant. 190 for 2 touchdowns, completed 19 of his 33. I want to see more completions.
Yeah.
Out of DG, but first start, can't hate it.
Yeah, no. But all in all, I like the direction that the NFL is going. We are going to definitely get you guys some more playoff insights as we get closer to that. Baggen, you wanted to break down the Seattle Buccaneers game.
I did. Yep, I'm a big Seahawks fan watching that game, and what I will say first off is we had 6 of our 11 defensive starters not in the game. And Baker Mayfield is just a dog. Baker Mayfield dropped 50 on my bench. Really?
I was so mad.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. 379 off 29 completions for 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold also had a great game. Take away that pick. He honestly threw 2 really bad balls. One should have been a pick. It was dropped. And the second one was to lose the game. Threw it off a lineman's helmet. Bounced into Levante or one of the linebackers. I think it was Levante David. One of the linebackers' hands.
It was Levante David.
Oh, it was. Yes, it was Levante David. And then just sets him up for the game-winning field goal. What I will say is I wish the Seahawks were to give the ball to K9 more. 10 carries for 86 yards, averaging 8 yards a carry.
8 yards of carries in the NFL is a number that you'd like to see.
Feed K9. Like, putting in Sharb, I love Charbonnet. Love him. But, like, you need to just feed K9. Get him on those swing routes. Get him the ball. Get him in space. And another thing I'll say about this game was Emeka Egbuka absolutely went off.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
I think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. If he doesn't, then something's wrong.
Bro,
he's
going to run away with it.
Yeah, he went. Emeka Egbuka in this game had 7 catches, 163 yards, a touchdown, and just absolutely owned that secondary of the Seahawks.
And JSN had a great game, too.
132, 8 catches and touchdown.
As an owner of JSN in fantasy, finally drops a 30 bomb. And Amon-Ra had a 25-piece that kept me in this week. I didn't have a defense or a kicker because I was not about to drop Chris Boswell and the Steelers, bro.
He's a lazy
I'm a glazer,
manager.
bro. I'm not doing it. And I still almost won. It's just because Patty Daddy dropped 45 and Travis Hunter had 12, which wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah,
but.
So as a Seahawks fan, I think we're good for where we are right now. Defense is going to come back healthy. If we keep using the play action and the run game to our advantage, we'll be fine.
No. We need more uniform matchups like there was this week.
Oh, absolutely. Let me. Who cares about the stats of the game? I actually just bought a Bucky Irving Buccaneers jersey.
Yo!
So I bought that, and then I have a K9 throwback jersey. So I was like, shoot, what jersey do I wear? Obviously, I gotta rock the K9 jersey because I'm a Seahawks fan. But yeah, I think these are the 2 best throwback jerseys or the Patriots. But I don't like the home. I don't like the creamsicle jerseys. I'm not a big fan of creamsicle. Yeah.
The Buccaneer ones?
Yeah. I don't like the orange.
Oh, that's vile.
I don't like the orange.
That's vile.
I don't like the orange. But these
the white ones are super clean.
Whites are super clean. I think the orange is just too much.
Okay, I can.
But I'm not biased when I say this. Seahawks have the best throwback jerseys. They're so clean.
I've had a lot of hate come to me because I actually like the Steelers throwback
Killer
ones
Bees?
this year. No,
Oh, okay,
God,
okay.
no.
Okay.
If those bring me,
I was like,
if
what?
those get brought back, I'm gonna stop being a Steeler fan.
Those are
But
so bad.
These new throwback uniforms for the Steelers this year that are gonna be worn in Week 8 against the Packers. I think so, against the Packers. I need to see them in game first to be sure that I like them. But I like the visuals of them. The pants definitely could use some work, but I think once they get in game and on field, it should look a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Beyond Game Time. We thank you for all your support and your constant viewership.
Yes.
I'm gonna pray us out and we'll get on our way. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come on here, as we say all the time, just to give us a platform to talk about what we love, Lord. But I pray that the people listening, Lord, that they will accept you into their heart as their Lord, their Lord and Savior, Lord. I pray that they go out into the world as you commanded us in the Great Commission, Lord, to make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Lord. I pray that you have people beside them that are also running this race with you, Lord. I pray that they know that they are loved and they are cared for. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Peace.
Be on the lookout. Caden and I, we will not have, hopefully, at some point footage from this, but Caden and I start our broadcast gigs on Friday against Arizona. Hopefully we can pull some content from that.
GCU hockey versus ASU. Tune in.
Sir, into the episode for you guys, but hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Be on the lookout. Should post Friday or Saturday. We'll let you know, but tune into those socials at beyond.gametime.
Beyond.gametime.
Subscribe to the YouTube. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.